Hello everyone, I just wanted to come on to share excitement. In my last couple of videos I was talking about us going to the States and me now wanting to focus on the visa and all that first and to get moved to the States first before I think about baby number 4. Well, I've actually changed my mind. We're actually gonna go for it now. So Poland did not work out, and for those of you who may be new on this channel, I am Freya. I am 50. I just turned 50 May, June, July, August, September, 4 months ago. And I have 3 kids, 1 biological daughter, she's 12, and twins who are 2.5 years old. And I conceived them through embryo adoption. Back then I went to the Czech Republic because it's very cheap and it worked very nicely. I had a natural cycle back then. And I've been wanting baby number 4 actually. Right after the twins were born, I knew I wanted another. I had that vision, and maybe it was just an impression. I saw that vision, and maybe I'm completely wrong, but I saw that there's another girl who wants to be in our family. I don't know, maybe I'm not right, but it felt like that. Like I literally saw it. And it's like all this happening now. Why am I now changing my mind again? Like, I have never changed my mind that I do want baby number 4, but I have changed my mind that I need to go for it right now. And I've actually already taken steps. We're going to get started very soon. I contacted a clinic in Spain. I contacted them last year. I had an actual first call with them, and that was the clinic that wanted a, how do you call it, a mammograph, and I was like, I don't want that. I check my breasts frequently. The doctor recently checked my breasts. I don't want it, okay? And I have all the tests done that I had done for the Polish clinic, and I don't want to have to redo any tests. I don't want to have to get other tests if it was okay for the clinic in Poland. So I contacted this Spanish clinic. It's IVF Barcelona or Barcelona IVF, whichever way. And I contacted them and asked them, okay, I would like to go ahead and do it ASAP. And I have all the tests for the other clinic that, we were ready to do a transfer. And I sent them all the results. And the doctor said, it's okay, we can go ahead right away. Yay! Which means I have green light. I could get started right away. And we are not doing a natural cycle because I haven't had a period for 4 months. Meaning I am definitely in menopause. Well, menopause you are in when you haven't had a period for more than 1 year. It hasn't been more than 1 year, but I'm not doing any ovulation right now. Doing ovulation, that sounds kind of wrong. But not happening. So we are going to do a programmed cycle, which means I could get started anytime. Probably what they want me to do, and I don't know the protocol yet. I've signed the agreement and all that, so that's all taken care of. All I need to do now is send the payment, and I'm gonna make another video about what everything cost. I do have a video on this channel about how much everything cost for the clinic in the Czech Republic. You can check that out, and I'm gonna make a separate video after this is all said and done, how much this is all costing. So I'm very excited. Going to the States, here's the thing, we are still gonna do it. I'm still in the middle. Actually, as a matter of fact, today I got all the passport work done for my kids, for all 3 kids, because they will all need passports to travel, to go to the States. So that was taken care of. We're gonna get them in a few weeks, but I had to take all the 3 kids there because I have to have the kids with me to apply for their passports. So that's all done. It's gonna be a few weeks. All the stuff for the visa, it's all in the works. Things are happening. I'm talking to an immigration lawyer. So the E2 visa is such that it's meant for business owners who are operating a business in the US and who also create jobs there, which is the goal, right? I have a business, I've had it here, but I want to bring it over to the US. I have a Texas LLC already created. Officially, my business is already operating in the US. I have to make a specific amount of investments, which I'm in the process of it right now. You're not going to make a huge investment of like 80 to 100K in like a couple days. It takes time because it's not just anything I spend money. It's spending money on things that will help grow and set up the business. Well, it's set up basically, but anything that is helping me grow the business and to kind of have it in the States to, get that business plan to become a reality, right? So that's all happening. And at the same time, I'm just going to go ahead now and do the embryo transfer. It may work the first time, it may not work the first time, but I'm going to go for it. What changed my heart? Because I've been, I don't know, I think I watched one video, and here's the thing. If it's not a no, it's definitely a yes. And you know what? For me, it's always a yes. It has always been a yes. It has never been a no that I would want another child. It's always a yes. And now it's a yes now because I'm 50 and I want to just get this squared away. It is scary to have a newborn and to have a very small child, because I know the first few weeks you're not doing anything. You are not doing anything. First 3 months, you're just focusing on a baby. And I have 3 more children, 2 of which are toddlers, which we're going to be potty training. We're like starting to, but it's a little hard, I have to admit. All of that with a newborn. And I have a 12-year-old. I don't want to neglect her. I feel like, I can't even have a conversation with her because the twins are like every 5 seconds you're like, wait, what are they doing now? You can't even have a conversation most of the time. But I feel I'm in a good place. I have my babysitter already. She's amazing. And she could take care of 1 more baby, which she wouldn't have to the first few months. But she's here, which means she could can you take the baby for 10 minutes? Or can you, while the baby is asleep, I'm gonna go and work for a little bit, watch the twins, and just keep an eye on the baby and call me when the baby's waking up or whatever. So having another person in the house during my work hours will probably allow me to get a lot more done in those first 3 months than I did when the twins were little, because I had absolutely no one to help me. Well, their dad kind of, it's a whole other story. I have another video about that. It's not like he comes by, right? But when the kids are little and we have made the agreement, I have another, he will sign again as the dad. We're like on friendly terms. We're like basically like friends. We're friends, not with benefits that you would think of, but the benefit is that we both love children. And so we're friends who help each other, basically I decide everything about the children because he never paid anything for any of them. So it's my decision, but officially they do have a dad. It's not like, he's on the birth certificate and they are going to know him as dad. Eventually, we will tell them the story where they came from, all of them. My oldest daughter knows, of course, she's our biological daughter, his and mine. But even with the twins, embryo adoption, we are going to tell them whenever they're old enough to ask questions, just so that they understand. There are books about it even now for kids, but I think it's a really good thing, even as a single mom by choice, if you have the dad in the picture and he's their dad. And even though we are separated, he's still their dad. And I think it's important for a child to kind of know, like, there is a dad. I have a dad somewhere. And they will eventually learn about this whole thing, where do I come from? But the thing here about these embryos is they are truly left over, the ones in Spain that I'm going to get, or transferring 1. These embryos are left over. It sounds so bad, like a human being, like you're left over. But they are embryos created by couples, or for couples, by couples, with couples, who are not going to have more children. They have completed their family and they have these frozen embryos. And you could either discard them and destroy them, or give them the option to maybe have life. And this is what I'm doing now. And I feel really good about this because definitely it's exciting because it's like I am definitely adopting these now. These were not created for me. These are human beings potentially. Where does life begin, right? I mean, embryos are alive. They are a human being to be. And like this whole discussion, in Alabama, when they passed the law that like embryos are children already. They're not quite children, but they are potential children. So I respect an embryo just as much as I would a human being, because it's potentially an entire human being, except it's not yet, but it has the entire potential. And I want to allow this embryo to have that possibility to live up to its full potential and to experience this life, this entire life, not just this life as an embryo and then be gone again, go to another dimension, whatever you believe, right? But allowing this embryo to become an entirely grown-up human being eventually and experience this entire life's experience. And I feel really good about it. So all the paperwork is taken care of, everything. So I'm gonna send the payment, and then we're gonna get started. I'm gonna make another video about what protocol we will use. It's really interesting because I've done a lot of research. Some want you to take prednisone, or some want you to take, I don't know, like all these different medications, and I always read up on the studies. What do the studies actually say? And if there are good studies that even embryo glue and what is the other one, assisted hatching, I always do the research. Is it actually statistically or significantly proven that it is actually going to enhance the chances? And if it's not, then why would I have to pay for it? And even with the medications, I'm going to make an informed decision. I'm definitely going to talk to the clinic, of course, because they know what they're doing. But also, they don't know my entire life's history and medical history, which I don't really have a medical history because I've always been extremely healthy. I don't see a doctor really ever in my adult life. I think I needed a doctor twice, like when I sprained an ankle. Really, it would have healed it by itself. Never needed a doctor. I had one surgery when my appendix ruptured when I was 15 years old, and that's the only time I really ever truly needed a doctor. Other than that, just like my regular OBGYN checkups and stuff, which have always come back normal. Everything is good. I feel healthy. I feel fit. And so I'm going to make an informed decision, reading all the studies, whatever protocol they are going to present to me. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to research about it. And then I'm going to maybe talk back to them and maybe ask about adjustments if I feel like maybe this doesn't fit my history and where I'm at and physically in my life right now. But maybe they're going to present something that I feel like this is completely what I'm on board with, because with all the research I've done and everything I know about myself, see, they know what they're doing, but they don't know my entire history. And the thing about European clinics, especially, like these fertility clinics, because a lot of people around the world come to Europe because these clinics are extremely cheap in comparison to, let's say, in the States. In the States, an embryo adoption, you could pay like 20 to 30 grand. And here in Europe, it's between, get this, 1,800 for a single embryo transfer in the Czech Republic. Somewhere between that and 5,000 or 6,000 for like a double donor, which are young donors, and they create new embryos just for you. So it's basically an IVF with double donor. That's like up to maybe 6 grand, but it's always below 10 grand. And I know once we're in the States, I wouldn't have done it in the States. I would have then maybe come to Germany, but I feel like I just want to do this now. I know I want to get it over with. It sounds really bad, but newborn stage and like being pregnant means physically I'm out of a lot of things again. I'm just now starting to organize my house to get back in order with everything, but it's physically demanding, and the twins still, like, they need me physically. They want me to still carry them, but I want to just get it over with now. And I want them to not be too far apart in age, and of course I'm 50. I want to be done and then focus fully on recovering my body, and then it's gonna be my body for the rest of my life. No one's gonna live inside of me. No one's gonna suck on me, literally suck on me. I just want to do it and then never do it again. If I were younger, I would probably be like, give me another 3-4 years, then I'll do it again. Maybe, but after the 4th, if this works out, I will definitely be done having babies, being pregnant, and I'm excited to just not have to be pregnant anymore, just physically, because as a single mom and as a business owner, it's gonna be a challenge, because physically there are things I won't be able to do anymore. But I still got all the baby stuff. I have all the boys stuff and all the girls stuff, and I would need a new stroller because I only have a double stroller. And I don't have the newborn stroller anymore. But I have all the stuff. So let's just do it now. And then when I move to the States, I'm gonna leave all the baby stuff behind, and then when the baby grows out of clothes, I can just not hang on anymore, because I've been hanging on to everything, and I'm asking myself, I'm decluttering now. Am I hanging on? Am I taking stuff to the States? Am I putting it somewhere here? Am I like storing it? But now we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Are you excited? I'm excited. Please let me know in the comments. Are you excited with me, please? It's a little scary because I'm like, what if it doesn't work? But you know, if it doesn't work the first time, I'm gonna have to pay again. It would be kind of ideal. And you know, I've had these births, they were all home births and everything was natural. I'm still on the very natural side. I think helping nature a bit is totally okay. And I trust my body to do it again, to be able to do it again. I think I can do it again. My mom is visiting right now. I don't think I'm telling her anything. I did tell her that I actually want a 4th baby, and she was like, really? But she's the type of person, she's like, if it makes me happy, she's on board, right? So she's like, she knows I'm not dummy, and I know I'm someone, I research everything to death, and I make decisions after reading everything and thinking about it for a really long time. If you watch my channel, you know that the thought process, I'm not just jumping to conclusions, I'm like really thinking about things. Excited, and I will see you in the next video, which hopefully will come up really soon.